Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about ARB. ARB continues to be in this uptrend and has not broken the ascending trend line yet. It's a trend line I highlighted we should keep in mind and should keep our focus on, because really only once this trend line is broken we have a signal that this immediate uptrend is over and that this third wave basically, or alternatively the C wave, but it currently looks like possibly a third wave due to the length here. So that means we get a 4 and a 5. That's at least the current expectation. That this might have topped, but only once the trend line breaks, because so far the pullback is rather shallow. And we're holding the trend line, and we might get a pullback to touch the trend line. It's fairly well defined. Looks overall a little bit like an ascending broadening wedge though, depending on how we draw it. So a little bit like that. Okay, so let me just change that. So a little bit like that, but I don't think we need the upper trend line. The lower one is needed to get an understanding when this wave 4 has really started. This ABC structure here might be unfolding already, but then it's not very evident. It could also be still a subwave, yeah, you know, within the third wave. Obviously, we're dealing here with an overall diagonal pattern. Yeah, we talked about wave 1 as an ABC structure, wave 2, and the wave 3 as well as an ABC structure. The thing is, this is not impulsive to the upside. So also here, you know, I would have to count this as some kind of a diagonal pattern. So the C wave itself might be a diagonal. This here is probably the first 1-2 setup. Is this a 3, this a 4, this a wave 5? Maybe let's take a look at the Fibonacci levels, because there are certain guidelines. For example, the third wave should really reach the 1.38 extension in crypto ideally. Yeah, minimally 1.236 extension. And yeah, it reached even the 1.618, so it went higher than that, so that's good. So that's sort of how I see this, and it's entirely possible this third wave has topped, because, you know, the C wave needs to be only a 5-wave move. Now, as you can see, a lot of overlapping price action. It's not an impulse, but it can always be an ending diagonal, especially in these C waves. In diagonals, it's possible. Often, however, in diagonals, in the C waves, we see an impulse. But again, it's not invalid to consider here diagonal. And in this diagonal pattern, the C wave of wave 3 formed a wave 1, a wave 2, so a small A, B, C in wave 1. Then here an A, B, C in wave 3. Then the wave 4 is anyway a correction. And here this might have been an A, B, C in wave 5. So, you know, it could be finished. It could be finished, but I need some kind of evidence to say that this has topped there. Obviously, it did enter the overall target range, which here for the third wave basically started already at $2.13. Then we had $2.32, which it reacted to. The next one would be $2.58. And yeah, we should get there either with one more high here in the third wave or after the wave 4 has finished. But yeah, hey, I need to see that break below the trend line, okay? If this is the main wave 4, it should take a little longer anyway. And I haven't got a clear 3-wave move anyway, so I would like to see it get at least to $1.94 in this fourth wave. Better sort of the area around $1.70, 169, 170. Then we've got $1.52 and even $1.35, even though I would say that ideally it doesn't even go down to that level. Okay, it would be very, very deep for a wave 4. And yeah, what else can I say? I mean, trend line is holding. The pullback looks corrective though, so it could be the A wave. I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, it could make one more high in wave 3, but yeah, I mean, these micro counts in these diagonals, they often change anyway. Okay, so but you know, a potential setup would be a pullback to the trend line. You know, there are people who trade pullbacks to trend lines. I like to use the fibs, so the main support for me is $1.35 or $1.52. I mean, that's the reliable one. The golden ratio level, You know, it's quite, as I said, quite deep for the wave 4. Now looking at some indicators, I would like to open the VRVP. Volume profiles can give us a hint of where the price might find some support as we go lower, if we go lower and break the trend line, but there isn't much there here. Most of the previous support and previous trades were done in the area around $1.20 to $1.06. $1.06 is the point of control here. So that I think will only get relevant if the immediate wave 4 support is broken. But then there is a lot down there around 136. So there should be plenty of support also here around the golden ratio level in case the price really needs all that space, which at the moment is just speculative. You know, we're far away from that level anyway. Looking at the RSI, looking at the daily chart, I mean, that is really meaningful. It's basically overbought, yeah. Overbought, and possibly here, yeah, a slight bearish divergence visible. So it typically these bearish divergences on the daily time frame, they start to occur within a wave 5. So it could really be that this is a wave 5 of 3. The main wave 5 should then generate a larger bearish divergence. Also visible here on the MACD on the daily, we start to see potentially a bearish cross appear, but it's not confirmed yet. It needs to get that bearish cross. That means we cross the blue line crosses below the orange one, and that might add to the downside pressure a little bit. But the price always needs to confirm, and I highlighted what we need to see really. So far, this looks very, very corrective. But again, it could just be an A wave. Yeah? It's just not coming down a lot. So it's overall still a bullish chart short term. But yeah, I'll let you know if I see any changes here. So let's see how the price is reacting as it pulls back to the trend line. Either way, I'd like to see either a reaction in a B wave, as you can see there on the chart, or maybe even one more high in wave C of 3. That's my update about ARB. Hope you will like the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, and please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.